Welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji and I'm here with my boy Jukebox. Say what up.
What up?
Alright, so we're checking out my first round match of the Yuginono tournament, which is a current TCG ban list tournament that we are both in. How you do round one?
Me? Yeah, I sucked. I got 2-0'd.
That's alright.
Disgustingly.
It is Swiss, so...
Trickstars.
Yeah, I saw. Although I did think you were the Trickstars, just because of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro works. So I'm playing my goofy standard deck of Red Dragon Archfiend Shiranui Psy-Frames, and I'm up against Herald of Perfection, playing that new Eva card.
Herald of Perfection deck?
Yeah, so my
the new card. Which one's that? What does it do?
Eva, when it's discarded, or I think it's when it's sent to the graveyard in any way, you can banish up to 2 fairies from the graveyard and add to your hand 2 level 2 or lower fairies. So pretty much, it gives you the ability to negate multiple times and then negate more.
Alright, that sounds dope.
Yeah, he didn't open particularly well in game 1.
Yeah. Now 1 set pass?
Yeah, I don't recall what he had. I actually recorded a spectated mode so that my cards were also kind of hidden, so make it more interesting for commentary.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charger Light Brigade got a couple cards in graveyard, nothing that fantastic.
Normal Solitaire?
Yeah, Open Solitaire. Open Solitaire is always a decent open.
Yeah.
I actually think my hand is broken. I don't quite remember how this turn ends. I know it's pretty nuts. Oh, I think I milled Mizuki off of charge.
That's why you sent Goku? What's it called? Goku?
Gozuki. It's like the brother of Mizuki.
Gozuki, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an Uni Zombie also, so if you can summon it instead of like the Solitaire, you get to replace the Mizuki used to summon it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it does a lot of good stuff. So
I've first Omega.
Yeah, I've made it a habit of putting Omega in defense because usually I summon it after Uni Zombie's resolved, so he can't attack anyway. So might as well prevent some sort of OTK.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, preparation.
You have the double Omega play, right?
Right now I don't recall. I think I triple Omega this turn.
You triple Omega?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I think I opened the sauce, the juice, the brokenness,
yeah,
soul charge. Yeah, I think I have soul charge, and I was able to discard another tuner, which gives you like a free card, you know.
Yeah.
So we got Raiden, Gozuki, and Solitaire.
And
so
Solitaire.
That's yeah. So we got 2 level 4 tuners and 2 level 4 monsters. So that's 2 more Omegas.
Mill 2 and a Snow. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the mills there.
Yeah, that free revival of Raiden went really well. Snow adding more disruption, especially since the Omegas are not going to be hanging out for defense.
So that's his Herald that you took off his hand? So.
Yeah, I took Herald, and he had Preparation of Rites, which means all he could do is search a Herald, but he couldn't search a spell card, you know, the ritual spell.
Okay. So you made triple Omega?
Yeah, triple Omega.
You got it on the field to use a standby effect, right?
Yeah, since he didn't do anything on the first turn, it didn't feel urgent to take a card, but lately I have been taking cards more from my opponent.
And you had an Ash in hand?
Yeah, and I only main 1 Ash, so that was actually convenient. Also, it's nice to be able to get the Omega off the field while still negating a card, so it's kind of like you pass on there for turn player priority if you get to Ash and Omega.
So he decides to normal honest and flip up his chair. That's pretty good. And you had a beta.
Not only did I have beta, I had gamma, so
no way.
Yeah, my hand was pretty nuts.
Yeah, you did open pretty good. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was able to stop a card with Ash, then get Omega off the field, and still have the ability to stop a battle that would kill me since I did pay like a bunch of life points. Or stop a monster effect.
So you activated Snow there?
Well, the driver and the beta were getting banished anyway, so I just used them as free food for Snow.
Okay.
And that's game on board because 3 Omegas coming back is over 8,000, and Snow is just going to run over Chair. And all 3 of his cards in his hand are useless.
Well, that was a pretty good opening.
Yeah, Omega makes it so you don't need to play Link monsters, which there are none in the deck.
Alright, that's good.
Yeah, just a couple of Xyz, and I'm actually still tinkering with the Xyz that I want to play, or if I might throw in like a Mrs. Radiant, because the Baguska can link with the Mizukis and the Gozukis to make Mrs. Radiant. But I find I just keep going into Omega anyway, and if I'm just going to make Omegas, I don't need Mrs. Radiant. The only benefit of making Omegas in that case is that they can attack, or I can unbanish cards a little faster. But the cards used to make the Mrs. Radiant never seem to make sense. Any thoughts on my side for this match? Because I sent you the deck list, which is a bad thing, because we're actually in the same bracket, so it's possible we play each other.
Yeah. Just, what was your thought process on the sides for this matchup?
I find that I side out the Lightsworn engine every single match I've ever played since I put them into the deck. The 3 Charge of the Light Brigade and the 2 Raidens. They always come out. And I always wind up putting in the Ash Blossoms. And depending on the matchup, the Epsilons go in, or the Breakthrough Skills. The Breakthrough Skills went in definitely for this matchup, along with the Ash Blossoms, because the
Heralds and their searches.
Herald actually can't negate Breakthrough Skill from the graveyard.
Can't negate, you said?
No, it can only negate the activation of a spell or trap, meaning it can't negate the effect of a spell or trap. So if it's activated, if like a face-up continuous card, it can't stop, and it can't stop graveyard effects.
So you decided to side out your Lightsworn engine for 2 Ashes and the Breakthrough Skills?
Well, they don't do anything going first, and the Breakthrough Skills don't either, but the Ashes do.
Want to talk about this play that he's doing? Using Gale...
Yeah, Gale Dogra.
Gale Dogra for... You think he's wasting too many LP for that? Or?
Well, considering this usually ends with like 6 negates from Herald, it's usually worth it, because your opponent normally will only... Yeah. Well, yeah, that's 3,000 life points per use. It sends Herald of the Arclight to the grave, searches the ritual stuff, and now he's got Herald and 4 cards in hand, which means he could possibly negate 4 times, and if he has the Eva in hand, he can actually get 2 more searches for fairies, meaning he can get up to 6 negates.
So, E-Telly?
Yeah, E-Telly is going for Ogre, which I only play 1 in the deck, and the E-Telly can also summon any of the Psy-Frames, so there's level 2s and level 1s that can be summoned, giving good variety in levels for synchros.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but he messed up by allowing the E-Telly to go through, because it gives me an extra card for my Fairy Tale Snow, which I know is coming down at some point, although I still have to like fade quite a few negations. Yeah, the Ogre also became, in addition to being like an additional card for Snow, it was also an additional card that needed to be negated.
Well, that card actually is pretty decent.
Yeah. What's also cool is because of Gale Dogger, he actually had 2 fairies in the graveyard to banish to use the Eva.
Yeah.
So I purposely recorded this so I didn't see any of the spectator audio, the text. And like I was joking around, and it was like, my game plan is going well. All of my cards are getting negated because there's nothing. What is there to do? I mean, unless I set like a Solemn Strike and got him to negate me on the next turn, there isn't really anything you can do to stop Herald of Perfection.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna set more. He's gonna get more resources off of that card.
Yeah, because he left Herald in attack, I assumed he had Honest, which means he still has a fairy in his hand.
Yeah.
He just searched for Ritual Sanctuary, which I think searches light fairy rituals and ritual spells. Yes. And if I remember from the end of the game, I think he has Dawn of the Herald in his hand. So he has a ritual spell, and I think he can use it to get a Herald in his hand, but I don't think he chose to do that. I'm not 100% on the text of Ritual Sanctuary, but I think he could have searched to negate here, and he needed it.
I believe it's discard 1 spell card for ritual spell card, I believe. I don't think it's for a monster.
Oh, I thought I got light ritual monsters. I'll have to take a look into that as well.
Yeah, I gotta read the cards too.
Because if he could have searched to negate in that case, it would have helped.
So he only has one negate in hand, or does he have the Dawn?
I think it's a Dawn, which is why I think the game ends here, or very shortly. Necroface is a really random beater, but it definitely gets over Herald when it's in attack anyway.
So I guess Snow and for game?
I think Snow is in Grave, and what the hell did I set? I think I set Psy-Frame Overload of all things.
Oh, okay.
Overload.
Well, I thought you had game there, since wouldn't that be 7? 1 in hand, 1 in field, and 5 in grave?
Trying to remember. I feel like I was short a card. It was 6 in Grave, including Snow.
Yeah, so that's 5 in grave. Like you need 7 cards, 1 in field and 1 in hand.
I guess I had it. Or maybe Snow is on field. Snow's in Grave, right? It was negated by Herald.
Yeah, it's in grave.
I'm not sure why I elected not to use it.
You probably want to save your resources. It's fine. It seemed with a Herald off the field, you had a pretty good chance of winning either way.
Yeah.
You know? So I guess that he surrenders. Yeah. I guess he doesn't have anything. Herald is only his only protection on the board.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to send us off into round 2. If you're interested in seeing what happens in round 2, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you have not already, and click notifications to make sure you don't miss the future videos, the ruling series, or any of that. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, see ya.
All right. Thanks.